And I'm just going to quickly go over to our Discord. On the page, you can see a Discord. And I showed that there are people watching, you guys. So I'm going to send you over to that and hope that that works better for you. All right. There we go. Thing. Let's do this. Hi, you guys. I'm Janel. I am so glad you're here. And if you are on the live page right now, there is a little link there for Discord. That is our chat place. Go over to that. Get there. We're going to be talking over there. We're going to be sharing things, and I hope that the community over there will give you a lot of good ideas as we go forward today. The very first thing I want to do is just make sure that I'm very, 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 very clear and upfront, and you don't feel tricked. At the very end of this workshop, I am going to present you guys with a course that I have made. Do not feel obligated to buy that, and there's lots of great resources in this workshop before we even get there, but I wanted to be very upfront so you don't feel tricked, okay? Okay, so from there, this is me. Hi guys, I have been married for 24 years, almost 25. Can you even believe it? I cannot even believe it. And I have just this week, my daughter turns 23 tomorrow, and my son turns 18 on Saturday. Oh my gosh, I just cannot believe I've gotten that far. I am the oldest of 10 children, and I'll talk with you a little bit more about that in a second. And almost 20. I have been working in the food industry for almost 10 years, 11 years. And I create recipes and photography for large brands and food companies to utilize for their own purposes. Okay, that's me. Hi guys, say hi, let me know who you are. All right, before we start, I'm just going to suggest that you turn off your phone, close your tabs, get rid of any distractions. I'm not going to be ridiculous. I watch TLC while I work. I totally get that. But I would love it if you just, try to pay attention a little bit, because I know this stuff is so valuable to you for the rest of your life. Okay, and then, of course, grab a pen and a notebook to take notes. If you're not in Discord, especially over there chatting, this will be a great way for you to kind of take notes of some of the things that you see in here, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to pay attention and remember that. Okay, so the first thing, tell me in the chat if you've ever wanted to look forward to making supper every single day, or at least most days, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. And I know almost everyone is going to say yes to this. We all want to look forward to making supper. Do you want to not have to rely on recipes? One of the things that I have found in the last 10 years of working in food is that so many feel they have to use recipes, and it's burdensome. It's a difficulty that they don't appreciate. And then the biggest question is, why haven't you prioritized learning to enjoy cooking? Why has that not been a priority? I find it to be very similar to a lot of the chores and tasks that we do around the house, where we do find ways to do a better, faster job. This is the same thing. It is a chore that we can get better and faster and enjoy a little bit more. All right, so does this sound like you? Do you want to be able to walk into your kitchen without wishing you were doing anything else? Like, no, that's not true. We all want to do something else. Like, you'd rather be drinking with your friends or something like that. Let's be real. But I was really surprised how many people told me they would rather be doing laundry, dishes, washing their cars, anything other than cooking. And it floored me. Does that sound like you? You would love to make more meals at home, but those dishes, you just don't have time to make the food, eat the food, and clean up the food. And so many of you said that just like having to use a recipe, you wish you had basic cooking skills where you could open your pantry and have an idea of what to make and how to make it without having to pull out a recipe. So what you're going to learn today is my top 5 guaranteed ways, guaranteed you guys, to help you enjoy cooking just a little bit more, or maybe a lot more. I hope. But before we do that, let's go pop over to our chat and see what's going on over here. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you for sharing that over on the Discord. I appreciate your help there. Thank you so much. First thing we're going to talk through today is the idea of embracing repetitiveness. Don't leave me here. Don't leave. Stay. we're gonna talk about how important repetitiveness is in meals and cooking. We're gonna talk through how you can learn to skip the recipes altogether. How do you get there? How do you get to the point where you can open your pantry and just cook something? We're gonna help you find some quick wins so that tonight, when you go to cook, you are going to enjoy it more. Just tonight. And then we're going to talk through some tools and resources and tricks, and I hope you all share some of yours as well. Be prepared for that. That will help your process be faster, simpler, more efficient, be less messy, all of those things that you're going to need. But before we get started in all of that, I want to share with you a little bit about me and why I'm here and why I know this stuff. And a lot of my readers have not really heard this story, so they're going to enjoy this, and, well, I hope so anyways. Alright, so this is me 24 years ago, you guys. I was a baby. I got married around Christmas when I was 18 years old. There's a whole other story there. I was from a conservative home, the oldest of 10, but my mother did not have any foundational cooking. She didn't. I mean, we had brownies, we had processed food. When I say brownies, from a box, processed food, we had a lot of tuna melts. So growing up, I learned how to flip grilled cheese, make scrambled eggs, boxed brownies, but that was about it. And so I kind of got thrust into this new marriage with a husband that was very much from a meat and potatoes, traditional cooking kind of family. And it was a lot. I had two children. These are my two kids way back in the day. And I really struggled with being a mom of a young family and all the things that go into that. Plus I was working. The laundry. I don't know how you get so much laundry with children. It's just like, what is it? One child makes 5 loads every day. Crazy amount of laundry. All the things. Plus, because I was the oldest of 10 children, and my parents were going through an absolutely chaotic time. They actually ended up getting a divorce, and my father split. I would go from having 4 people in my home for dinner to all of my siblings over in my home for dinner. And we were youth leaders at the time as well for about 8 years. And so we would sometimes have up to 40 kids in our home on a Friday evening. So I had to learn really fast how to take a recipe from a few people and then stretch it to 20 people. On top of that, we were at least 25 minutes away from the local grocery store. So I couldn't just pop down to the grocery store and get ingredients. So I had to really adapt and learn how to adjust recipes and stretch them. It was a big learning curve there. These are my siblings, by the way. My mother is on the very right-hand side. There was my grandmother right next to her. I am in the red holding my youngest, Levi, and a bunch of us. We're actually missing one sibling here, but that's us. I didn't have, like I said, any cooking foundations to draw from because my mother just did not have that experience. And so I couldn't cook without recipes. And recipes, as you guys know, require very specific ingredients and they have very specific servings. And it is not easy to adjust and adapt recipes without any knowledge. Again, I have to include my kids. This is my daughter when she graduated from high school and my son. So this is about 5 years ago. I did learn little by little some resources and strategies I'm going to share with you today to turn cooking from something that I dreaded, I hated, to something that I tolerated. I had to include this photo. This is my husband eating hot dogs. So one of the things I learned early on is to take what I knew how to make, which was hot dogs, and amp it up just a little bit. So I put Swiss cheese and mushrooms on hot dogs, other kinds of toppings, and my family loved that. And then from something I tolerated to I now love spending time in my kitchen. I'm very good at it, and I have created an entire career around cooking. I know, it is a blessed life. And best part, you guys, I can make meals, I can make scones, I can make cakes without any recipes. Now, that's going to take some time, but we'll get you there. All right, those are my cranberry scones. I can walk into my kitchen right now, and I actually can walk into my kitchen. I don't dread it. I love it. It is a place that I can go and feel like I have a purpose and a reason. I can get in and out as quickly as I decide I want to. And today, I am so excited that I'm going to give you those same steps that you can take. You can personalize them for your unique circumstances. Your circumstances are not the same as mine. You have different ones, and we want to get you on your way to being able to personalize that for yourself. Okay, I'm going to pop into our chat over here and let's see where we are. There we go. Yes. All right. Oh. All right, this is going to be who you are in the future. I want this for you. I want you to enjoy cooking and not dread it. Like, not dread it. Tolerate it at least. How about that? I want you, how will it feel to walk into your kitchen, to look around, to go, I think I'd like to, what is it you want to make? Pour yourself a glass of wine, turn on your music, and know that you can do that without the stress that you are feeling right now. Where do you start? Okay, nitty gritty, here we go. First thing is you need to find your quick wins in the meal ideas that you work on. Okay, we're looking for quick wins. So put your meals into a system that you can repeat again and again and again. And this is where we get into the repetitiveness of meal planning. Repetitiveness is brilliant for cooking. The same thing as doing chores with your laundry and doing chores with your clean and driving to work. Repetitiveness makes your brain not have to think too much. And it allows you to be more creative within that space. So choose meals that you know are easy for you already. Don't feel like you have to apologize for that in any way at all. If you're fantastic at making hot dogs, make hot dogs. Maybe you're worried about health. Well, then go ahead and pick up the turkey hot dogs or whatever version of a hot dog you find are healthier. Use whole wheat buns, and then add in something new when you have the time. So this is where you might want to try adding in Swiss cheese and mushrooms, or chili on top of your hot dogs, or mixing up your hot dogs with some roasted peppers and broccoli. Doing something new with what you are already good at. Then learn your tips and hacks to change it up. So if you love to make hot dogs, again, I'm stuck on hot dogs because I had my husband's picture with the hot dogs on there. Probably not the best one to really get really good at, but we'll just go with it. Learn your tips and your hacks. So can you figure out how to maybe create your own corn dogs that you can freeze? Or what are some things you can do within that to get better and faster? The other thing that I am so tired of people shaming other people for, and we need to just get over this right now, is the idea that prepared ingredients are somehow inherently meaning you are a bad cook. Totally the opposite. I want you to utilize those prepared ingredients to help you when you are learning, when you need it to be fast, when you don't know how to cook something. Get out those prepared ingredients and just own it. You are better off using a prepared pie crust and making your own filling than you are going and purchasing a pie. Now, I know I can hear the comments that are going to be coming, but the point being that I would rather you learn how to work in your kitchen with the ingredients that are prepared than not even working in your kitchen at all. So utilize those prepared ingredients. Do not apologize for it, and own that. And then the other thing that I think is really useful, and again, without the apology, is become the master of a specific type of food. So I think that there are people who are fantastic at sandwiches and they apologize. I'm sorry, I'm making sandwiches again. Don't apologize. If you are great at it and your family loves it, you own that and become the sandwich master. Get the t-shirt, get the sweatshirt, wear it proudly. These are the ways that you are going to be able to gain confidence and skills in cooking. All right, so here's a viewer question we had. Deciding what to fix for lunch and dinner, I spelled dinner wrong, lunch and diner, is my challenge these days. Coming up on 10 months of fixing almost every meal at home, and it's starting to feel repetitive. My creative juices are fried. All right, what to do? So here's the responses that my Facebook followers, some of the responses gave about this very specific question. I put it up on Facebook. And somebody said, I have a standard meal plan, so I only have to be creative when I want to. Meaty Monday, Taco Tuesday, Salads Wednesday, Pasta Thursday, Pizza Friday. We rarely actually eat those things on those days, but this way I never feel like I have to come up with a meal. Another person said that they make large amounts and freeze them for future use. Another person, they repeat meals all the time. There are foods we prefer, so that's what they make. Another person, I always keep soup on hand when I'm at a loss or have no appetite. You can add some extras to a simple can of soup to make it special. So here are some thoughts there about how you can kind of get around that. And what you'll see here in actuality is that they are repeating the same things. It is repetition, and there is nothing wrong with repetition, and you do not have to have creative juices. As long as your family is fed, they're happy, and you are confident. That's what matters. One of the suggestions I have, though, for the creative juices problem and the repetition is called the top 40. I have this on my site as well. These are my top 40 meals. My idea would be right now, today, write down all of your family favorites that you know how to make easily. Write them all down, and that's called your top 40. And from there, you can, whenever you're going to look for meals, go into that top 40 meals, you guys. That's an entire month's worth of meals. You would never have to repeat a single meal. And I guarantee you there are meals in there that your family would want you to repeat. So you don't even have to worry about that. But here would be my questions. Is being creative necessary in the kitchen? I would love to know what you guys think. Is it necessary to be creative in the kitchen all the time? Have you learned the foundational recipes that you can adapt and tweak? So if you can learn how to make pasta really well, then you could add in your shrimp, and you could add in your chicken, and you could change your pasta from a spaghetti to a Alfredo, and really tweak and adapt that particular skill. How about this? Do you have one or two meals you pull out only when you are stuck? So one of the things my family loves, my kids love, not as much anymore because they got old, is breakfast for dinner. And I know those of you with kids have the same thing. And so I kept chocolate chip pancakes in my back pocket, and whenever I was tired or was just not feeling like it, I would make chocolate chip pancakes. And they loved it, and it rescued me because they're so easy to do with a mix. So I would suggest you have one or two meals that your kids and your family loves. It's so fast, so easy, but you only make it when you're tired. One of our readers suggested this. Have you tried using themed days? Again, Meatless Monday, Pizza Friday, these kinds of things really give you a framework to stay within, but then you can just explore all the ideas within pizza. There's a lot of different kinds of pizza you can make. How about this? Why do we look at meal planning and cooking as a very individualized thing? Can you swap your top recipes with a group of friends? Do you have 5 friends? Everyone shares their favorite 5 recipes. You all swap them. And now you have, what is the math on that? 25 recipes that are tried and true. How about this? Can you share meal planning duties with friends? Do you have a good group of friends that are in similar life circumstances than you, that you can take turns planning meals and grocery lists, and everybody shares it? All right, so now I want you to tell me in the chat the 1 or 2 easy budget-friendly dishes you know how to make. Like, you know without question that you could do this in your sleep, okay? If you can, please share the link to that recipe so everyone else can grab that and pop them in and put them into their own meal plan. Again, what are 2 easy budget-friendly dishes you know how to make that you can put in your back pocket and take them out only when you're tired and hungry, and preferably ones that you can have. I don't think our chat is working. That's a problem. Oh, yay, this one's working. I like being in the kitchen, but it gets old. Oh, okay, there we go. Nice. Would make life easier. Hi from New Jersey. Hi, Robin. Hi, Pam. Hi, Pam. Woo! You guys can see it. I'm so glad. Spaghetti is our go-to, and it's so easy. The other go-to and easy is salad. Yeah, me too. I actually have been getting salad bags and using those. They're awesome. Melanie, tacos. Yes, definitely tacos. And tacos you can change up so many different ways. Have you guys used baked tacos where you just throw everything into the shell, put it in the oven? Those are pretty fun. All right, so we got spaghetti, we got tacos, and salad. That's 3 ideas right there. All right, let's get back into this. All right, next, learning to cook without recipes. Oh my goodness, this is too big. We're going to go through this relatively quickly because it takes time. One of the things, though, that is really important for everyone to do is, first of all, stop looking at every other person around you and what they do, what they don't do, what their diet is, what their diet isn't, their health, their budgets, all of those things that don't apply to you and just make you feel guilty and lack confidence. What you want to do is find your own personal cooking zone. You need to think through what your budget needs are, because your budget needs are different than another's. What your dietary needs are. You might be gluten-free, you might be dairy-free, you might have young children that refuse to eat green things. And then what are your skills and your best dishes? They're not going to be the same as the next person. The way you were raised is going to have a different type of food than another person. And then right in that little circle is where you want to live and you want to stay. You want to try to create food that is in that cooking zone. And guys, there are so many recipes out there. You are guaranteed to find things within your zone. Enough things for you to have not the same meals for at least a month. And then from there, improve on those foundational skills. Stick with the simple recipes. Use them again and 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 again. Then learn while you're making those simple recipes why and how those ingredients are working together. Cooking is very scientific, which is why it can be mind-boggling sometimes. There's a science to why ingredients go together, and it takes you a little bit of time and repetitiveness to learn that. You need to memorize flavor combos to repeat. So many people know lemon and capers, lime and what's the herb that tastes like soap for people? It starts with a C. You guys know what I'm talking about. You want to become great at basic foundational skills. Make sure you can make a decent pasta. You can make eggs. You can roast a roast. The things that you need to make on a regular basis that you can do well, you can do easily, and you can do without thinking about it. And then, most importantly, I think this is so important, especially when I'm working with children, remove that idea of failing. You cannot fail. It is just ingredients, you guys. There's no pressure on here. It is not going to be life-changing if you burn something. Being a good cook takes practice. It really does. You have to get good at what you are good at. Again, master something specific. Stick to the basic recipes, and no shame in that game. It's better for you to make a basic recipe than go to McDonald's. And then build on those basics a little bit and a little bit and a little bit at a time. You're going to screw up. You want your children to watch you cook and screw up so that they know how to have fun and to let loose and to not take it seriously. Okay, so here is a bowl of soup. I am fantastic at soup. I am the soup master. And early on I learned that. I also learned that soup is one of those things that's very easy to stretch. And so I made tons of soup in the first 10 years of my marriage. And the same skills that I used for making soups, the same idea of making flavor profiles and be able to stretch it, has helped me master lots of new recipes now. All right, here's another reader question. I would love you guys once again in the chat to help this person out. Any links that you can possibly give. I need simple choices of meals for 2. So this person's specific problem is that they are 2 people. And so once again, I would suggest to her, well, let's find that zone of genius where you are cooking for 2, you're in your budget and you're in your diet, and find those recipes and put them on repeat. Another question. The issue isn't going out much and not having what's needed to cook, then wasting what food we have. Food waste is a big problem. And part of that is because you're buying specific ingredients for specific recipes, for specific servings, and then you never use those ingredients again. So we want to get away from using recipes only like when you want to have fun and you want to try something new, you go pick out a new recipe and try it. That's totally cool. I do that too. But let's try to get away from that if we can. Okay, so here's the thought. What if you made a quick, nutritious meal at home only one more time a week? Only one more time a week. That's it. I'm not saying you're going to make it every single day. Let's just say it's one more time. Your skills would improve because you're getting that much more time practicing. You would have more family time because you're staying at home, your family is sticking together. Your health would benefit, I hope, because you're making something healthier. inevitably it's probably going to be healthier. Your budget will probably love it. So I would love if you can commit to one more meal a week, just so you can practice. One thought here from a reader was, can you make extras and freeze it when you are exhausted or bored? Is that something that you could do? I'm going to be honest, you guys, I am not a freezer person. I don't freeze a lot of things. All right, so in the chat, write down an easy, foolproof meal to make this week that you can make this week, and what could you double duty in that meal? All right? Tell me what that meal is going to be. Take notes of what other people are doing. And here's a bonus question, you guys. Share your favorite prepared ingredient. Remember, we are not going to shame prepared ingredients. Share your favorite prepared ingredient. One of my favorites is pie crust. I think most everyone agrees with that. I love pie crust. I also love to use homemade sauces. They're relatively inexpensive, and I use a lot of them on that homemade sauces. Jarred sauces. So I'm going to pop over to chat real quick, and let's take a look at what people are saying. Tuna casserole and pancakes. Oh my gosh, cilantro. Yes, Jane, it was cilantro. Tuna casserole. I am not a big tuna casserole person because I grew up with tuna, but I think my family would actually love tuna casserole. And tuna casserole is great for freezing. Pancakes. Pancakes are always fantastic, aren't they? All right. So let's get back over here, and let's get in here. All right, step 3, we're going to find some quick wins in your environment. This is something that I think often gets overlooked, and I want to really drive home the importance of this particular step. Some of my past kitchens, right now my kitchen's fantastic. We did a lot of hard sweat and tears, and you can follow that link there to see the updates in our kitchen. But I haven't had fantastic kitchens. We rented for 3 years when we moved here. I used rental kitchens. I had a tiny kitchen. And so, obviously I think our kitchens are better than others for sure. But I was without a dishwasher for a long time. It isn't about what kind of kitchen you might have or might not have. You need to just make that kitchen work for you. A few of the things I really want to stress here that I find again and again, even with people who are cooking on a regular basis. One of the things is keep your favorite tools nearby. Make sure you have the things you use on a regular basis at the stove, by the stove. The things you use on a regular basis by your mixing bowl, by your mixing bowl. Have kind of these little zones. Keep them close by, keep them handy, keep them decluttered so you can easily grab it, so you're not spending your time and energy just finding the thing you need to use. Set yourself up for fun. Absolutely put on your favorite music. Pour yourself a glass of wine. Put the kids in front of a movie. I know I'm going to hear about this. But learning to cook and learning to cook healthy foods for your family is such a priority that you want to do anything you can for you to personally enjoy that. Remember, your kitchen is a work zone. Set it up the same way you would set up your desk, your cleaning supplies, your laundry. Think about using it like it's for working. And then plan around your kitchen's shortcomings. Your kitchen is absolutely not perfect. My kitchen's not perfect. I don't care if you have a absolutely gorgeous gourmet kitchen. There are going to be some things you don't particularly like about it. So that's okay. Figure out what those things are and work around them. What is difficult to do in your kitchen? In my kitchen, we have a struggle with electric outlets. It's an old house, and I have to run extension cords everywhere to get things plugged in. What recipes and meals, though, can you make regardless of those difficulties? So let's say you only have a small space for a counter space. It's just a little thing. What are some things that you could do to reduce the need for counter space? Perhaps you could chop onions in advance and put them in the fridge so that when it's time to cook, you don't have to have another place for a cutting board. Perhaps you could get rotisserie chicken that you pull off the chicken rather than having to clean and cook all that chicken. Think through some of those ideas. And are there any hacks or resources you could utilize for ease and efficiency? So in this photo here, you can see that I used an IKEA rack to hang up some of the supplies because there wasn't a lot of space around that stove. Those are some things that you can use to kind of give yourself a little bit more ease and efficiency. And then when you figure out what is working, don't overthink it. Just keep doing it. Put it on repeat. Repetitiveness again. Oops, here we go. All right, so once again, Facebook followers, were asked, someone wanted to know if they should be waiting for a perfect kitchen before they learn to enjoy cooking. The kitchen is a problem. And I loved these answers. One of the answers is there really is no perfect kitchen. Even in the house we built after we move in, there was something, I don't know what this is. After we move in, there was things I wished were slightly different. If you want to learn to cook, start small, but just start. There's some spelling up there. Another one. If you're waiting for a perfect kitchen before you learn to enjoy cooking, it will never happen. Just enjoy the process. Growing my own food led me to my love of cooking today. And then this one. Yes, don't bother. LOL. And then the only reason I have a kitchen is because it came with the house. I mean, there's truth to that. I think everyone feels those at some moment in time. All right, so in the chat, once again, tell me, what can you do in your kitchen or when you're cooking to have more fun? Can you pour yourself a glass of wine? Can you turn on an audiobook or a podcast? Can you get your kids some sort of a toy that they only get to play when you're cooking? What can you do tonight to enjoy making your meal a little bit more tonight? I'm going to go over to our chat and see if we have any amazing answers. All right. Yes, no, totally, that is absolutely right. Having a glass of wine, just a small glass of wine. All right, next, tackle your pet peeves. Change the systems, find the shortcuts, learn the tips and tricks. Tell yourself that without those right tools and resources, you will be reaching for fast food. And it's not a waste of time or energy or money to go ahead and get yourself a good blender so that you make your smoothies at home instead of going out for your smoothies. Or go ahead and say, I need an Instapot, I want an Instant Pot so that I can cook up rice really fast. Of course, you have to stay within budget. But investing in making food at home so you don't reach for fast food, you've got to tell your brain, is such a great investment. And then, absolutely, again, no apologies. Find the right kind of recipes. Don't feel like you have to be creative. If you need your meals in 30 minutes, there are tons of recipes out there that are under 30 minutes. There are one-pot recipes for those of you that hate dishes. One-pot recipes and sheet pan recipes are your best friend. 5-ingredient recipes. You don't have a lot of space in your fridge. You don't have a lot of space in your pantry. 5-ingredient recipes are your best friend. Frozen ingredients. Maybe you have a hard time, as I did back in the day. I had a hard time with fresh ingredients. And so I had to really master frozen ingredients. Freezer meals. Maybe you have lots of time on Sunday afternoons to make some meals, throw them in the freezer, and pull them out when you need them. Find those recipes and get really, really good at those recipes, and don't apologize. And lastly, there is nothing wrong with HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a great tool, or any of those kinds of meal plans, for helping you learn how to cook. All right, this is one of the best. My biggest struggle is washing the pots and pans. Yeah, I think we all can relate to that. All right, use paper plates. This one I heard so many times. Use paper plates. And for some of you, you don't like paper plates because of environmental reasons. First of all, there are environmentally friendly paper plates. But if it is really a problem, go ahead and use paper plates. Don't apologize for that. Wash and reuse as you cook and bake. I agree with this. If you use a bowl that can just be simply rinsed out and reused, do that. And then I'm loving sheet pan, oven, and one-pot recipes. And the crock pot makes for fewer dishes too. All great ideas. Keep the amount of dishes to the bare minimum. I think that's easier said than done sometimes though, isn't it? Wash as you go and wash and reuse bowls. Marry someone who does the dishes. Best advice ever. Wash as you go, and then this person says they make hobos and just use 2 pieces of aluminum foil. In the summertime, we make hobos about at least once a week. They're awesome for that purpose. So tell me, what is your biggest pet peeve about cooking? Your kitchen, the mealtime, the dishes. What is it that you hate the most in your home? And let's get you some tools and some steps and some resources to take that pet peeve and shove it away. So, and stay tuned because I have a special pet peeve planning call, action boy planning call. All right, and then lastly, you need to just start, okay? Just start. Keep it small, bite-sized. Again, set yourself up for fun. This is what I want you to do tonight. Set yourself up for fun. Pour yourself a glass of wine or your favorite kind of soda. Get those kids with a movie or their favorite toys. Listen to your favorite podcast. Turn on a reality TV show. Whatever it is you need to do tonight to get yourself looking forward to being in your kitchen. Make small, tiny little changes to your environment. Organize that cupboard that's driving you absolutely bonkers. Change and update as many surfaces as you can to user-friendly surfaces. Maybe your dishes are beautiful, but they can't be put in the dishwasher. Put them away and get proper dishes that can go in the dishwasher if it means you'll, make food at home. Keep your kitchen decluttered. Get your spouse to help you. Get your kids to help you. And then add those small things just for you. Just because you like that picture, go ahead and put it in your home. Just because that tea kettle is a unicorn, get the tea kettle. Make it special for you. All right, so what can you do this week, tonight, to improve your experience of one single mealtime? Just one. Share it with me, one small thing that you're going to do one time this week to improve your experience. Just a small thing. All right, and I'm going to go to the chat. Let's see if we have what kinds of things you guys are going to do. Listen to audiobooks. I love that. I think listening to audiobooks is such a great idea, especially if you tell yourself that you're only going to listen to audiobooks when you're cooking. So I get a glass of wine. I think I've probably said this before, but I only drink wine. Well, I don't only, but I often only drink wine during the week if I'm making a healthy meal for my family. And I tell myself I'm not going to have a glass of wine unless I'm making myself and my. So you are going to embrace repetitiveness. You're going to learn that you don't need a perfect kitchen. Get over the perfect kitchen idea. You can cook without recipes. You just have to practice. And again, repetitiveness is great for that. And you're here today because you want yummy food without stress, guilt, and all the shoulds that you add to it, or society adds to it, or Pinterest adds to it. You want to feel calm, organized, and ready when mealtime rolls around. And you have felt on a regular basis like, OMG, cooking is so stressful and you are so not a good cook, and all of the things. So now is your time. This is where we talk about this course that I'm going to be presenting to you. Please stick around and listen to this. It is now your time to experience looking forward to meals and to learn lifetime, you guys, lifetime skills and resources for a happy kitchen and cook. Not like cooking classes, skills and resources for a happy kitchen. It's your turn to learn to love cooking with my step-by-step survival guide. I had a hard time deciding what I was going to call it, and so I'm not sure if survival guide is too strong, but I think for some of you it isn't strong enough. And remember, nothing I've shared with you today or will share in the course is theory or ideas. These are all things that me and my readers have done and have taken to learn to love cooking. I don't have anything special. I don't have any more advantages than you do. I don't have any secret tools. I don't have any expensive resources. I just have a foundation of skills and tips and ideas that work. And I absolutely 100% know that if I can do this, you can too. So you guys, I'm so excited to introduce to you the Everyday Cook. This course is Find Joy in the Chore of Cooking. It is a fast-track hand-holding program that helps you look forward to cooking. And yes, we all hate dishes, and I know that. I know, you guys. Okay, so this program that I have created is 6 modules delivered over multiple months. These modules are jam-packed with good information delivered to you slowly so you can learn it and absorb it before you move on. 3 bonuses that I'm going to tell you about that I'm super excited about. We got meal plans, we got resources for planning meals, I've got lots and lots of recipes and checklists, video classes, audio classes, tutorials, live group calls. And I guarantee you guys, by the end of this program, your kitchen is going to be ready for you to cook with success. We're going to get that in place. Or you're going to be able to cook without recipes. I know, that's a big promise. It's true. you will feel so much more confident in your kitchen. You're going to stress less about your meals, and you're going to have this giant survival arsenal of recipes and skills and resources and mindsets personalized for you. Personalized, because your circumstances are not the same as my circumstances. So the first module, these are just some of the modules, you guys. I just want to give you an idea. Module 1 is going to be all about setting up your kitchen and your time for success. We're going to talk about your kitchen space. We're going to talk about some of the pantry ingredients you might want or need. Again, personalized to you. And we're going to talk about some quick updates that might help your kitchen. And all of these things are going to be things personalized to your specific needs. Module 2, we're going to prep and plan that in a way that works for you. Different ideas for meal planning. Maybe you don't even want a meal plan. We're going to learn tips, tricks, and hacks for easy prepping, either prepping in a week in advance, prepping day of, and must-know skills, tools, and resources. And I have this picture of a Post-it note here because I actually have a friend that meal plans with simple Post-its on her fridge, and it works fantastic for her and her family. Module 3, I forgot to put a graphic in, you guys. Module 3, we're going to lose the recipes and get foundational cooking basics. You're going to learn foundational cooking. You're going to learn about flavor profiles. You're going to learn sauces and dressings. And again, this is not about cooking classes. This is about learning to cook without having to have someone hold your hand or without having to have a recipe. Module 4, we're going to tackle those pet peeves. We're going to learn how to handle the dishes and the messes and all that stuff. We're going to learn how to cook with distractions, with your family, with your kids, with all of the things that happen when you're having an event or you're having a holiday. And we're going to learn how we can save time when we need to, the things that we can. All right, here's the bonuses, you guys. I'm so excited about this. I have been having this on back burner for a long time. Bonus number 1 is called the capsule grocery bag. If you're familiar with me and Nelly Belly, you know that I subscribe to a capsule wardrobe and the idea of capsule ideas. This is going to be a giant collection of recipes that all are from the same exact 10 ingredients. So you go get these 10 ingredients and you will be able to make 30 recipes all from those 10 ingredients. So I'll give you all the recipes, I'll give you the PDFs, the printables, all of the things so that you can do that. Bonus number 2 is going to be foundational cooking classes, live cooking classes with the rest of the program participants, all learning the basics, how to make really awesome rice. Maybe you don't need that, but a lot of people do. And then just for today, just for the next 72 hours is the fast action bonus. And that is a pet peeve planning strategy call. That is a 20-minute call with me, just you and I, talking about what do you absolutely hate? What is the worst part about cooking at home? And what can we do for you right now within your budget, within your resources to help get you past that problem? Again, this is only available for 72 hours and then it's going to be taken down. So are you ready to love cooking? Here's what you're going to have to invest. Oh my gosh, you guys. First of all, hiring someone to do this, like, I say at least $3,000. You guys, I can't even measure what it would be to have someone hold your hand while you're cooking and help you with your kitchen and all the things. Hiring me specifically, like the hourly rate plus all of the things that would go with it is just so incredibly expensive and completely unattainable. And of course, if you were to take a college course, it would be thousands of dollars, plus you can't even have a job because you have to go to college. But today, we're going to have this at a price point that I hope you can afford. I'm trying to make this as available as possible. And I know that you learning this is going to be priceless. It's going to last your lifetime. So this is what you're going to be paying in 72 hours. But just for today, I'm doing a pre-sale pricing. And the reason I'm doing a pre-sale pricing is because I am in creation of this course right now. It doesn't release for 3 more weeks. And so many of you are going to be actually instrumental in helping me develop all of the content. And I am so thankful for that opportunity to work with you guys on a personal level. So I'm taking $150 off what the course is going to be later. You can also do monthly payments if you need to. How does the pre-sale work? Again, $150 off of that price. You'll get access to the very first module on Monday, February 15th. Again, remember that is 3 weeks from now. So I say use the button below to enroll on the live page. It's there. On the Facebook page, it's there. I am going to get that button out right now. So you need to go here to get that button. And I want you guys to go ahead and click right over there. Just take a look at it, will you? And maybe it's not the right thing for you. Maybe you just want to think about it. That's totally cool. I understand. There's that link that you need. Got the link? And again, I want to remind you, I just want to keep saying this so nobody feels tricked again. You don't have access until February 15th. This is a pre-sale, which is why I'm giving you the massive savings that I'm giving you. So it's $24 for 12 monthly payments, or you can pay in full and you'll save $41. And I know that there are questions. I've gotten questions already. One of them is you don't know where to start when it comes to cooking, and you're not sure if this is going to be the thing that helps you. And again, another reader said this, start small, but just start. And this course, you guys, I just cannot even stress how fabulous this course is going to be. It is not about learning to cook, not at all. It is about helping you learn how to set up your space, set up your time, the foundations you need to meal plan and grocery shop, and cooking. For sure, we're having a module all on cooking, but not just a cooking class. I'm not sure I can or want to really do this. Again, I'm going to keep stressing this. Cooking is a lifetime skill. So why do we not invest in it? Invest in learning to enjoy it. Invest in learning how to do it better and being able to create for yourself the meals you want to create. Again, I keep stressing this, pre-sale, it's not available until February 15th, but because of that, you save $150 today. So, fast action bonus again, the pet peeve planning strategy call ends in 72 hours. Enroll now so you can get that specific one-on-one planning call with me. All right, so I'm going to pop over to the Facebook page and check out all the comments, and we'll do some Q&A.